The Bear and the Mosquito. Sometimes it only takes a tiny buzz to send the biggest paws chasing trouble, and not every craving leads to dessert. Once upon a time, deep in the wild and tangled forest, there lived a bear so big and bumbling that he shook the very trees when he walked. On a sunny morning, as Bear lumbered along, he heard a high-pitched voice zipping past his ear, and saw a tiny mosquito dancing in the air. Bear grumbled, shaking his shaggy head.
"Hey, Mosquito, you pesky little puff of wings. You bite every creature under the sun and drink your fill. Tell me, which blood is the sweetest? Don't lie. I bet you've tasted them all."
Mosquito landed right on Bear's nose, puffed himself up as much as a mosquito can, and buzzed.
"Oh, Bear, you have no idea. I've tasted frog blood, deer blood, wolf blood, and even a little dragon's blood. Ow, ouch! But the very sweetest, the one that makes my wings tingle, is human blood. Absolutely delicious, just the right amount of spice and sweetness."
Bear's eyes grew wide as pancakes. He licked his lips, then stomped his paw with excitement.
"Is that so? Human blood, eh? Well, I'm not one to turn down a treat. Off I go to find some sweet, sweet human blood. Maybe I'll finally know what you little pests are always chasing."
Bear marched deeper into the woods until he spotted a young boy whistling and poking the ground with a stick, his cheeks rosy. Bear leapt out from behind a bush.
"Stop right there. Are you a human?"
The boy jumped, eyes wide, but tried to sound brave.
"Not yet, but I'll be one soon. I'm still growing, you know. My mama says I'm sprouting up like a weed."
He puffed out his chest and skipped away, whistling even louder. Bear scratched his chin.
"Nothing for me in what's only going to be. Why bother with someone still half-baked?"
Bear trundled on, soon finding a hunched beggar sitting on a stump, wrapped in a ragged coat, coughing and shivering. Bear lowered his head, trying to look friendly.
"Stop! Are you a human?"
The beggar wheezed, his voice like dry leaves.
Once was, now I'm only a shadow left. Just old bones and memories. And no more meat for you here, friend."
He pulled his coat tighter, shrinking into himself, as if hoping Bear might forget he existed. Bear sighed.
"The past is no good to me. What's gone is just empty like a hollow log."
Grumbling, Bear plodded down the road until he saw a proud hussar, a soldier in a bright uniform with a feathered hat, riding a snorting horse. A gleaming saber hung at his side, and his hat was perched smartly on his head. The hussar looked so dashing that even Bear was a little impressed. Bear waved a big paw.
"Stop, who are you?"
Hussar tipped his hat and boomed.
"A man with a head on his shoulders and a horse under his seat."
He winked and spurred his horse, sending up a spray of dust. But Bear, greedy for that famous sweet human blood, lumbered after him as fast as his paws would go.
"Wait, I must taste your blood. Slow down, you with the shiny hat."
The hussar, hearing the bear's thundering footsteps, spun his horse and drew his saber. With a battle cry, he slashed, and the blade bit into Bear's fur, so blood spurted everywhere. Bear roared, clutching his side. But it wasn't over. The hussar, quick as lightning, swung his carbine from his back, took aim, and sent a shot zipping right past Bear's rump. Bear yelped, leaped, and tumbled head over heels into a patch of nettles. Sore, bruised, and bleeding, Bear limped all the way back to where Mosquito was waiting, cleaning his tiny nose as if nothing had happened. Mosquito zipped over, buzzing with excitement.
"Well, Bear, did you find the sweetest blood? Did you save me a drop?"
Bear slumped down, licking his wounds.
"Mosquito, you little trickster. Maybe human blood is sweet, but let me tell you, never send me after it again. I barely got near the man before he lashed out with a tongue so long. I thought he'd tie me up like a shoelace. Sharp as a saber, it nicked me to the bone. And if that wasn't enough, he spat after me like a bullet. Hit me in the ribs so hard, I nearly lost my fur. My tail still stings.
Mosquito doubled over, laughing so hard his tiny wings buzzed like a swarm. He nearly burst with glee. But, of course, a mosquito can never burst, no matter how much blood he drinks, for he's got no fat to split. So in the end, Bear returned to his side of the forest. Wiser, perhaps, but certainly itchier. He soon decided that sweet berries and a pot of honey were more to his taste anyway. As for Mosquito, he just kept buzzing from ear to ear, as cheerful and as pesky as ever. If you listen closely on a summer night, some say, you can still hear him buzzing softly in the warm summer air.